Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Transport Fever 2 playthrough in Germany. We are in the lovely land of Deutschland, and we are building a massive transport empire. We have moved into a new era. Oh, it didn't change it again. There we go. We should be back. I did that last time where I moved it back in scenes, and we did the same problem again. But we're back, and hopefully you can see the lovely German fields and the lovely transport empire we have built already. I'm going to hit play so we get some lovely sounds of trains and buses and trams moving around. So we have a new era. We've got electrified trams. We've got buses. We've not got buses actually. We've got no buses so far. We have a building that's right in this road here. I don't know what's going on with that. But we also have some electrified trains as well. And we have lovely, lovely steam trains still running, still the powerhouse of our network. You can see the Palace Flyer here, bringing in nearly 2 million for all the passengers on there. Absolutely rammed full this train gets. It's just unloading passengers now, and we've got loads waiting, so hopefully that'll be nice and full when it goes back out to take people towards Erfurt as well. Hello everyone. The stream keeps breaking up. That is not good, is it? Let me just have a look. Let's see, stream health. It's saying my bitrate is too high. Maybe that's the problem. I tried to make the bitrate higher to get better quality, but we'll see if we can do something about that. Let's go with something lower, what it recommends. And we'll try that. So we've got things running, and hopefully that doesn't break up so much over there. Make sure you've got the quality on your YouTube video set to 1080p if you have got the internet for it as well, because you get the best quality viewing when you do that. But hello everyone. Hello Olivier, Harag, Vex, good to see you. Andre, good to see you on the stream as well. So we are, what were we doing last time? I've completely forgotten. Anybody remember what we were doing? So Berlin is really growing. We put some more industry in. We're getting 60 machines into Berlin, which is giving us some growth rate, and we got above 1,000, which was a big deal for me. Big deal, yeah. And we have pretty much all of the materials needed for Berlin so far being supplied. Some of them. Yeah, we are on, Andre. I don't know why it says you maybe want to refresh or something. Maybe that will bring the stream to it. So we were working on the goods factory in the north, weren't we? Thank you, Olivia. Yeah, we were delivering some steel from here, where we've got 100% of it being transported on this lovely steam train down here, and that was taking the steel. We can see consumers here. Was this goods factory here, where we're getting 129 being produced, and that is being shipped to 3 places: Potsdam, Berlin and Hamburg. Now 50 of that is going to Berlin, but Berlin has a rate of is currently getting 56. You can see that, so that's about right, but we need 253, which is a lot more than actually this machines factory can produce. So we can only produce up to 200 here if we were able to supply it with all the machines that it needed. This train is going rather slow. Why is this train going so slow? It is a long one. Maybe it's not got the power for it. That is interesting. So that's something to think about. Maybe we've got some long trains here. You can see this planks train is actually way too long for this platform here. But it does drop off some of that, and then it does move. This line actually moves on, as I remember. to drop at another place as well. So we need to get more planks from here. And we're producing 400. We're actually producing the maximum that we can from this planks factory. And that is being split between the tools factory here and the machines factory down here. So glad to have you on board, Andre. Glad that refresh worked. And yes, so is it just because I've got it in 1 speed? I'm so used to playing it at a higher speed. But we have what's this train doing? Waiting for a free path. Maybe it's the lack of block sections going there. Which way is it going? Heading towards Stettin East, which is not that, Straslin South. Stettin East is down here. So maybe we need some more block sections on this track. You can see the symbols for the signals here. We've not actually put many in at all. So that could do with improving, especially... Oh, look at this. We've got electric signals. Let's have a look at this. So we have the ability, let's put some at the end here. Look, you can see these lovely modern electric signals here. Because we're in a new electric era, we can put a couple across this bridge as well. And then we come to this junction here. Just before the toes, I like to put one just at the heel of the switch here. Just behind the crossing. And then as we come from this side, we need one as well. I'll put it just a bit further back there so it doesn't look so bad with the clipping. And yes, and then we go down a bit. We could probably squeeze another one halfway down here. Like I say, we've got long trains on now. So they take up almost this whole section between there. So actually we don't have a lot of space for any additional signals. So hopefully that gets things moving. You can see this really long train is moving. So this train is, if we look at it, it's actually 276 meters long. And the planks line has a rate of 392, which is why we're getting all those planks moved. But we have a stop here, which is too short for those trains. They are stopping at Stettin Annex, as I understand it. We did see that, didn't we? Yeah, so Stettin Annex down here. And we could do with a longer platform for these long trains that we're now operating with. We've got some double headers as well. I've just lost my controls for a moment. So yes, so let's extend this platform then. So we can, let's have a look. Go to cargo platforms. We can get some down here. Can't fit one that way. So 1, 2, 3. So currently I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 160 meters. Another 3 on there is going to get us to 280 meters. Is that right? Yeah, that should be alright, which I think will be enough for the trains we have on this line. We do need to make sure that this line here fits for it. So we may need to do some demolishing of the track here, which the game will not like for a moment, but it'll all be fine. Then we can configure this and make sure these are proper platform tracks to extend that, and then reconnect the whole thing in. So we'll go with this needs to come out to there. Do it like that. Connect that in. That seems to work. Bit of a tight bend around there. 70, but it's okay. We're at the platform. Then we need to connect this line back in. And then we had to have a crossover here. I think we did. So because the train's coming out here, if trains coming this direction want to get into that platform, they need a crossover. I don't think this will be used that much, so I'm not worried about it being too long. Just gives me some options for the future. So I've cleared the warnings, and we have the track being used. I'm actually going to move this double crossover to the end of the platform here as well, so it's not in the platform as it is at the moment. Just get rid of this, and then what we'll do actually as well, we'll just make sure again that these are all proper tracks for the platform. There we go. And then reconnect those in. with a track here. Oh, it's not quite connected in there. May have to redo this little section again. Just delete all this and bring that in. Yeah, so we're definitely into an era of long trains here, which is nice. We like a long train. And we have electrified crocodiles as well, which are good, but they are expensive for the sort of traction you get. Too much slope. No, that's kind of annoying. You'd say that. Oh, let's have a look. Where are we going to go from? Where's it going to let me do it? There we go. That'll do. Just got my double crossover back in, and we've got a full length platform here. We could do with extending this side as well, just so it's all neat and even. We may need to delete some of this part of the road, which means bringing this one across, make sure it's all connected, because we need the factory to be connected to the station. And then we can go back on here and configure this and make it longer. There we go. So there we've got the full 280 meter platforms. We could go one more, but for the space and the length of the trains that we've currently got, that's absolutely fine. Oh, the platforms don't have electric. Let me just check that. That is a good spot, if it is indeed the case. Ah, okay, so we don't have any electrified bits here, which will create a problem in the future. We don't have any electrified trains on this line. I think, where do we have electrified trains? We've got, let's have a look at our trains. So I'm sure we built some crocodiles in the last episode. Ah, here we go. We just built the one. Let's go see it. So we have this lovely crocodile doing its business over here, pulling a long load, but proceeding quite slowly with the length of, with the amount of cargo on the back. But it is a nice long one, and I would like to, when we're going to start getting lots of trains, they're going to start coming thick and fast here, and giving us lots and lots of capacity for long trains at a high speed as well. So that's really good, but we are sort of hitting a limit here in terms of what we can produce. We've got lots of steel coming in. Planks seems to be the limit, and the 400 that we're producing here is going to get split between the Stettin Machines factory and the Stettin Tools factory. They're currently balanced towards the Tools factory at the moment, but over time I think that will balance out. So we could do with some more. You know, if we're going to get this up to 400 as well, we need to have 400 planks coming here, and the same really stands for the Tools factory as well. So currently we're splitting those, so we need to have another load of planks coming in, and I think that's where we were at the end of the last episode. So where can we get some more planks for here? So supplies of planks. We were getting some from Potsdam. 200 coming from there. How were they getting there? Oh, we built this line, didn't we, in the last episode? Potsdam planks. This is our crocodile line. Ah, okay, that makes perfect sense. So that has got a rate of 152, and that is splitting its. Again, it's splitting what it's shipping between the Tools factory and the Machines factory. So if we can get this up to the full 400 of supply, then we'll be able to ship to both of those factories and be at full capacity in terms of planks. So at the moment, we have suppliers wise, we have Dresdenwald, which is giving everything over with these lovely little trucks here on a little line. We are able to produce 200, but we've only transported 17% at the moment, and our line rate here is only 152. Was that? So 152 is a line rate. So we could really do with another train on here. We want to get this up to 400 eventually. The problem I'm thinking is this train. Look how slow it's going. It may be too much for this crocodile. It may be too much, and what we might actually need to do is shrink that crocodile a little bit, give it some room to breathe and put some more trains on. But to do that, we are going to need to do some more double tracking. So this section here, you can see, comes and it's double tracked all the way to here, which is fine, I think, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I could take the double tracking over the bridge, but I don't think I need to, actually. So what we might do here is I'm going to just knock the capacity of this down. So we've got, let's knock one more off. Let's have a nice even 20 on this train. So at 20 on there, and that's going to give us a line rate of 117. So let's see about duplicating this train. So we're going to duplicate it once. That gets us to 235, which is more than what we can currently produce. So we can add more trains as this is as this grows, which will be a good thing. And then we'll get more planks into our machines factory, and off we go. Now we are being supplied with steel from the Hamburg Steel Work, which is producing only 135, so this also needs to go up. It's only shipping to the machine factory, which is a good thing because we can keep control of that. And what is stopping us producing more? So we're getting coal from this coal line here, the Nord coal line. We've only got a rate of 261 versus a production of 400. So we need another one of these trains. And these are double-headed, look. See, there's a double-headed steam train doing the rounds. It is making money. It's not making loads. It's only shipping in one direction, but it is making money. So we can probably afford to stick another train on here. And we can duplicate that. But that's going to give us a rate of 521, which is going to mean some inefficiency. So if I knock 4 from there, what's that going to do? 447. I think I'll leave that for now. And that should get us up to a nice... I should get everything from this coal line here. I've got a random station just stuck there. Let's get rid of that. Should get everything from this coal mine here into the steel plant there. And then in terms of ore, we're shipping 400 from here. We're using the ore ship, which has got a rate of 397, so that's good. The ore then gets to here. It is then shipped onto these trucks, which there are not enough trucks to get it to the steel mine, to the steel plant. So we need more vehicles. So at present we've got, let's have a look, 12 vehicles on there, and they're able to do 277. So I think another 5 might be what we need. So if we duplicate 5 of those vehicles, that gets to 392, which is almost perfect. We'll do one more so we get over the top. And we should get the full 400 on there. You can see trucks make a decent amount of money, so that I've got no worries about being over the top there. The ore ship is 397, which is close enough. Adding another ship on there will mean I'll get close to 600, which is too much, unless I'm going to get some ore from somewhere else onto that line, but I don't think I'm going to. So I think we're pretty well balanced on there, and we should see steel being produced up to at least up to 200. Bearing in mind it's a 2-to-1, so that 400 from the coal and 400 from the I'm losing. Oh, what? Okay, that's a very good point. So when ore drops onto this port, it fills up this truck stop really quickly, and the trucks cannot keep up with it. So this is one of the only and one of the best reasons to use warehouses in this game, in my opinion, is when you have, let's see where we can put a couple of these warehouses. And one thing to note as well, if you've ever played this game, it costs 80,000 for a small warehouse with 25 capacity. It costs basically 1,000 more for a large warehouse with 75 capacity. So you get much more capacity from the big ones, and unless you're trying to do something decorative, there's no reason to use the small ones. So basically, when that ore drops off, you get a full load from the ship. I can't remember what their capacity is, like 130, is it? 130 here, drops straight into these platforms, and the trucks cannot keep up. It takes them a bit of time, even though the flow rate's matched. you need that buffer that the warehouses give you. So we have that buffer now. We've got a rate of 341. I think that will be, you know, probably we could make this more efficient by going straight out the back here, look. I know I've just built these warehouses, but if I put a warehouse at the side instead, and then I can put a street access coming out here, I can avoid just a tiny little bit of road. And you can see we've now got full asphalt, tarmac, however you want to call it, roads in our inventory. So we have our current roads. I can't remember what their speeds are. So medium country road has got a speed of 80. I can't remember what the speed limit of these are. We have to go on the road speed layer. Where's that? Oh, it's not going to show me on there. I can't remember what it is for the old style roads, and I can't see them on there. So we just have to check this actually. Oh, these vehicles, I'm not sure if they'll be able to use the full speed anyway of 80 kilometers an hour. But that has given us a slightly more efficient route. We're back above 400 in terms of what's being taken out, which is good. And we have these ones coming in that way, and these ones coming in that way and going out that direction. So they're not really crossing over each other. There's no collisions with vehicles in this, but they will queue, but they're not queuing behind each other, so that is a good thing. So we should get now 200 steel being produced, but if we are going to make the full amount of machines that we want here, we are going to need, eventually we're going to need 400, so we're going to need even more steel, just like we need two. Yeah, I mean, well, actually, what is the maximum that we can produce? So we'll be able to produce 400 from this one steel plant, but we'll need supply from some more places. So coal is going to have to come from somewhere else as well. So we have this one down here, which we could quite easily ship by boat all across the sea here, as we do with others, and into our lovely Rostock port. And what else could we do? Coal as well. We need coal as well. We've got some coal in Mainz, Pilsen, which is quite far away. Metz is very far away. Frankfurt, still quite far away, but close to a line we've already got. Nuremberg, Passau, even further. Dijon. Get some mustard while we're there. Erfurt is probably a bit closer, but again, still quite close. Oh, Wolfsburg is already supplying its coal to this steelworks, so that's really not an option. So coal's going to be the more challenging one, actually, I think here. We've got one there, but it's already being used. And congratulations to Germany on winning 7-1 in the first game of the World Cup. There's a gold mine near Hamburg. A gold mine near Hamburg. Oh. There is a coal mine near Hamburg. There is. How did I miss that? Well, that is perfect. So that is lovely. That is nice. That will be nice and easy to get into the steel mill. Well, I'll have to think about how to do that. I think we're probably... I mean, we could do it by ship around here, but that feels like a long way around. We've got Hamburg to think about. It's quite a short journey for a train, so I think we might build sort of like a highway that goes around Hamburg and connects into this stop here. We may expand this so that you can see we're already queuing up, look, with the trucks coming in here, and then we can bring the ore from over here near Emden, and then we've got ourselves a lovely little network. We could, of course, do ore from here, actually. That's an option. But I like the idea of using this big Rostock port. Might even get rid of this little land thing and extend the port right across this bay here. Would be really, really nice. Yeah, when you said goal in the chat after the talk of Germany winning, I thought it was a good pun, but you meant coal. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so let's do some of that then. Let's first of all get this coal in. So in order to do that, we're going to need to sort this out because this is not going to work. Yeah, the one drop-off spot is not the way to do it. So we're going to get rid of this. Just going to pause the game here a sec. And we're going to stick on here a nice big... Let's give ourselves some space. Let's make this look professional. If we go there... gives us what we need. Now we need to make sure this is actually still connected to the, because I've done that, we need to make sure it's still connected to the factory, otherwise it'll all go wrong. And because this looks a bit weird, we're gonna have to upgrade these roads, aren't we? So we can upgrade that one, we'll upgrade the whole thing all the way around, and it won't let me do this little section, look, because of the collision. So we're going to have to get rid of that and sort that out properly. These roads seem to be a bit wider here. I don't actually know if we need that to come that way. All we need is the connection to the port, which is why we built the road in the first place. So let's have a look. We can go to there. That's nice and connected. And then bring that up to here. And then we can carry on upgrading these roads around there. So that's nice and built up all the way to over there. That's looking good. Okay, so now we've got a we can get plane on there. We can give Rostock or some additional platforms to use. So I'm going to let it use at Upper Hamburg here 1 and 2 as its lines. So it's got some space to drop off, which is good. Should keep the flow going nicely. And then we can use the other 2 here for the coal that we're going to bring from here. So we're going to need another depot. Oh, we've got new stations, look, new passenger stations. You see that? Oh, we're going to have to build another passenger station in a minute. I'm on rail though. That's the wrong menu. Okay, so we can build a nice depot. Let's build it here. We're still connected. They can turn in, and we've already got this little road coming out here, and we're aiming for over there. So let's go use this road. We're going to upgrade, going to use the medium country road. We'll upgrade that section around to there, and we'll do either side as well so it doesn't look weird. And so we'll go straight across there, I think. So I want to curve in that way. Curve over there a bit. Towards Upper Hamburg. Bypassing as much as we can Hamburg itself so that we don't have too much pollution building up there. Now we do have this rail here, which is already quite high. So we can either go over it or we can go under it. Now I'm thinking if we come to about here, I think the best shout we might have, rather than level crossing, let's go over here. Nice and straight for a moment. Let's drop this down and build ourselves a tunnel so that those trucks can go unimpeded onwards. And we have another railway to contend with though on this side. But we've already got a level crossing there, so I don't think we've got space to go over or under here. We could drop on that side, but we're going to get clogged up in the traffic. I'd actually like to come in over here. Okay. Yeah, so there's not that many trains on there at the moment. We could just go straight in maybe. So that gives us the connection that we need. A nice road out to out to our coal mine, and there we go. We've got a lovely truck depot here, so that's perfect. And cargo wise, we've got to use the tarpaulin ones. So we'll go with 5 for this to begin with. Set up our new line. We're going to go from here, and we're going to Upper Hamburg over there. So this is going to be our F Hamburg coal. Yeah, I will accept on Discord. Somebody said to me this week I should make a Discord channel for this YouTube channel. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. You let me know in the chat what you think. But yeah, we'll make this line. We'll make it dark grey, and we'll colour all the vehicles dark grey as well. We've got a line rate of 49, so we are going to need more vehicles on here. Although at the moment, we're not shipping anything. Why is that? That one is connected to there. That line, Hamburg coal, is connected to there. We can manage this line actually and move it onto terminal 3. Oh no. Move it on to terminal 3 here. There we go. And let it use number 4 as well. And you can see now they're all using separate platforms, which is good. Good. But the coal line is not yet shipping anything. It does seem to be moving, does seem to be doing something. Production is at 400. But the lorries are coming in and nothing is there. Is that because we need to balance out? Have we not got the demand from here yet? We've lost our ore, which is worrying me a little bit. Oh, they're not connected, look. That is not connected. That is bad. This has not worked. This little road we had here. So we need to bring that road to there. And why did that not build? My autosave came on at the same time, and that didn't work. Okay, so that is now connected. Okay. So that was causing us some issues with ore being delivered, I think. Yeah, that was a problem. We've got some ore coming in on our ships over here. And we have, where do we go? We've got some coal. We've got some coal now being produced. Yeah, we've got a shipment demand of 2. So it's going to take some time for that shipment demand to balance out between the 2 coal mines supplying this steel factory. But we have to get some ore in as well. So we have over here, we have an ore mine, which we could definitely use for our purposes. I'm really hoping we can connect these in without an intermediate road on here. A little cargo stop there. Something like that. If we connect the road up down here and connect that to a road that connects to there. Hopefully they're connected, and they are. So now we can buy some ships. We've got a shipyard over here. So what ships have we got? Small wise, we've got the Schaffhausen, which is perfect for a German map with a German named ship. They've got a speed of 32 and 130. Now the large ones at the moment, the Vandal is probably the best. The Klondike, it's more of a passenger one, I think, really. It's only got 110 capacity and a speed of 30, whereas the Schaffhausen's got 32 speed and 130. So definitely the better one. I think we're going to need 3 for this. And you're going to go from Emden West over here and connect to Rostock Port. So this is going to be our F Emden 4. And we're going to give this a deep orange colour. And let's have a look at the vehicles as well. We can make them deep orange too. And then we'll have these lovely boats coming out on their way, hopefully to collect some ore from here. Are we getting, so we've now got a shipment demand of 2, so that is connected up. I see, Harry, you spotted the issue with the steel not connected to the new depot, which is very good. Very good spot. It is connected now, right? So in terms of suppliers, yeah, we are, it's going to creep down these numbers for a short period of time. But when eventually we get steel production above 200 here, we should definitely see that increase. So now let's see then. So that is shipping. So steel coming out of here, we've got a rate of 204. So once this is up to 200, we're able to ship all of it. And then we simply need to double the number of trains once we've done that. Now, to double the number of trains, we will need 2 tracks coming out of here. At the moment, we've got a long single track line that runs on there. So to future-proof that, we definitely need to upgrade the number of lines. We've already got 2 platforms in here, which is lovely. So we can continue this out. But when we get to here, are we going to have a problem? Oh, we're not. We're just ahead of that signal there, which is good. So we can continue that all the way along. Got a stone viaduct there. We might choose to upgrade that to steel type in the future if we need the speed. If we have a need for speed. Sounds like a film. And we're going all the way through this tunnel here. It's quite a long route actually. So bringing that out to here. Nice viaduct around there, and as we get into here, this is where it starts to get a little bit complicated. We need to sort this out a little bit. So we've got this single track section here that we need to resolve. Bit of a tight bend as we come into the station here, but not a problem, as we will be slowing down on approach to the station as well. Put ourselves in a crossover if we, well, we will need it, so those coming out there can get onto that line. And then we can put in the second one on this side. Where's the points? I've got new glasses on, so I should be able to see these. But I can't. It's there. Right. You're going over here. You can see the path of the AI's trying to, the game's trying to put in, but that is not what we want. We want that. That's okay. Lovely. This would be an absolute nightmare to maintain. I'll just let you know that a double crossover like this on a tight curve would have all kinds of crazy wear patterns on the steel and would be an absolute nightmare. But it's not a problem in a game like Transport Fever, so we can all be happy about that. Now, I'm not going to put the signals in just yet because at this end we have not put the double crossover yet, so there's no way for trains to get out onto the correct platform. And actually, because of the 2 level crossings here, look, we just about can squeeze it there, look. Can I do so on the other side? Oh, look at that. Just about squeeze it there, and then I can pop the first one-way signal on that side there, and then we can pop the, wait, I've just seen something. So as we come out here, we may need this to be a double. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember what this little turnout is for. I think it was to get new trains in as they come out of the depot. So we need to make sure they can go on both lines. And then we can move those signals. So from here, we need to allow a train's length to go beyond there. And we have a warning. Have I stranded a train? Yes, this train is on the wrong side of the track at present. So we need to move it to the correct side. So let's put in a temporary crossover here. Let it go across and then we'll get rid of the crossover. Bye-bye, little train. That's now clear of the points. We can get rid of that crossover there. And we can get back to putting our signals in, so we can do One either side of this level crossing there. We'll do on the exit of this tunnel. Just, oh, where are we going? Middle of the bridge where it's nice and flat would probably be a good spot. And then we can do one either side of this level crossing. And then I should probably have one at these points, which kind of makes that one a bit redundant. And that one a bit dangerous. So I'm going to get rid of these two here. And just leave it like that. So that's it, all double tracked, ready for 2 trains to run here. We are now producing 172, and you can see we're on our way to leveling up. So the master plan is working. We're getting the steel supply up. Yeah, plenty of steel ready for this train. It's absolutely full there, actually. It's got a rate of 180. I don't know why that's dropped by so much, but maybe that's because we stopped it and I just switch it over onto the right lines. We've got 3 platforms here. And we've only got 2 lines, so let's have a look. What are we doing? They're using different terminals, which is good. Okay, so that seems to be working. So we just need this steel mill to level up. We're so close now. And that means that we'll get the full demand from all 4 of these mines here when that eventually does level up. So we are well on the way to a level 2 steel plant. There is a mod you can get for this game. I don't know if anyone's ever played it on the chat, where you can keep leveling up the factories and just keep leveling them up. Just supply them with more stuff and they will keep going. Which sounds pretty cool, to be honest. There we are. Level 2. So we can now produce 400, which means we need 800 of ore and 800 of coal, and we have that totaled up here, so we should start to get the full supply from there. We just need to just make sure our line rates are all still good. So 413 from there, 71 on there. So this is where we do need to add those vehicles in, so we can duplicate those. Once we get to 141, we can do that again with everything. That gets us to 283. Okay, let's do another 5. I said 5 and I did 4. Okay, we'll go with 5. So now at 354, wow, we're going to need a few more as well. Ah, there we go, 410. So that means we should get all of that coal from over here at Hamburg Transfer. In fact, I'm going to rename these some of these stations, because it's getting a bit confusing with all the weird names that the game is having to use, because we've got so many stations on this map. Yeah, that's fine. So Hamburg Coal is doing absolutely fine, and we've got an army of vehicles on the way to come and get this coal. I could put a warehouse down here, but there's no transfer of goods here, and there's no loss. You know, I will lose some initially, but once this line rate gets up, we'll stop losing the coal and we'll be absolutely fine. We'll save the money. Yeah, it does. It does. If you go with the with the mod, Olivier, that you're talking about, the upgrade mod. Yeah, I imagine they get pretty crazy. Now, this mill will only start shipping if the consumer also demands that. So the consumer demands at the moment, it's gone to level 3, so it can produce up to 300. It seems to be the planks that is the issue, and we have quite a lot of goods now being produced and left on the platform. You can see, look here. This may be the case where we let's stick a little warehouse on here, in fact, just to allow. I could probably go with a bigger one. That was only 40. Nice big warehouse, look, where won't fit. Oh, I could do some small ones maybe. Little one in between, is that going to let me? There we go, look. Some extra capacity there so we don't lose any, but we do need to keep an eye on this this train line, because it's got a rate of 189, hopefully soon we'll be getting there. We will be getting there with that. Are we struggling? We are struggling with the Potsdam line. That's producing 200. And we've got a line rate of 252, so that should be fine. That should be absolutely fine. Yeah, I think some of the mods that deal with industries, I know there's the expanded industries mod and stuff like that, do make for a more complicated game, and I think they're good. And I'm really looking forward to Harag as well in Transport Fever 3 with the extra industries that they are going to bring into it. Adding that extra level of complexity and realism would be really cool. So I'm just wondering what's the issue here. We're producing 205. Yeah, we're not getting all the logs in here because we need 800 logs to produce that because it's a 2-to-1. Oh, no, sorry. It's 2-to-1, so we're supplying at the moment something like 450, 470, and that's getting us a rate of about 230. It should be, but yeah. Oh, the logs are coming all the way from over there. How are the logs getting from there? From that one. They must be coming back on here. Somehow on this line. Where is it? So it's 400 from there. We transported 90% from this one. Which makes sense because we've got 360 as the line rate. So that's fine. But we are also supplying from, oh no. So I'm looking at the wrong planks factory there. So this one is producing nearly full. So our machines plant is still a little bit low on planks. Logs going north. We've got loads of planks on here. In fact, we've got more planks than we can do. There's something not quite right about that. It does not seem to be keeping up. This train is way down here. And this train is bringing the logs back. So this will collect most of this. But it's only got a capacity of 176. How's this doing in terms of supply? 98% is being supplied there. I'm interested to see how this train does when it gets to the next platform. So it's coming through here, gets to 40 mile an hour. In terms of speed, it's not getting up to speed with the little double-headed steam loco on here. It is taking a little bit of a while. So the planks here are actually coming in. So from Potsdam planks, they're actually coming from there. Now, I'm not 100% sure why I did that. So, because actually what's happening is they're going up there and then they're having to be shipped down here, but that means we're not just shipping these 400 here south, we've also got to ship everything that's come from that one. Which, I'm not sure is totally necessary, because we could get the crocodile to stop in here, and it's going to take some logs on the way back. Interesting. So the crocodile is passing through anyway. I think that's a bit unnecessary. Let's have a look. We've got platforms wise. Let's have a look what we've got here. We've got the Hamburg steel planks line in there. We've got the Stettin goods on that platform. And we've got the Stettin's logs and planks there. Do we need... Should we bring those in? I think that if we move... Let's have a look. This one, hot stand planks. Manage the line. Instead of going to Strathland South, we go here. And we'll go to platform 1. That's going to increase the line rate because we've got less of a journey to go. But also, we're just going to go straight into the... Take them straight into here. Uh, 67. It's just a number. It's just a number. I'm to a class 67 locomotive. Where was that? I did not see that anywhere. This is train 66. Maybe the next one was 67. Who knows? But yeah, the planks are coming down. What I want to make sure though, actually, on this, when we come to here, I don't want to start. You see, we've got logs on the platform, which is going to start polluting everything. I don't want to be shipping logs here anywhere else. Logs that are brought in should not be coming out, so I can manage the line Strathland South, and I don't want to load any logs. In fact, I only want to load planks, and all I want to unload here is logs. So I'm just going to put that filter in because what I want to do is make sure. Yeah, 67 is a young person thing. It's a young man's game, I think. And I am also too... I'm going to say I'm too old for it. As well. But my children, they love it. They absolutely love it. They go mad for it. Every time they see the number anywhere, written on anything, they can't help themselves. But I think it's harmless, to be fair. I've had to check it out. It's kind of a harmless thing. So, yeah, that's it. So that's all there is to it. Now, I think we've got ourselves a nicely balanced line here. Only thing is we could do with getting that 40 up, but this train is not going to be able to do it on its own. It's currently 275 meters. The platform we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, is the full 320 meters there on that side. Stettin West that's the full platform as well. So we could have a longer train in here, but the question is, and we have the Flying Scotsman, and we have the AE47. Ooh, so that is interesting because that's a faster train. It does cost a lot more to run than, let's say, the BR75. But the 47 has a tractive effort of 196 kilonewtons, which is great for hills. And then the power rating is it's almost 4 times as powerful as the BR75. So if we get rid of that, put one of these at the end. Oh, where's that gone? Wait. Let's put it there. Shift it to the end. Oh, I've got 2. That's why. Right, okay. So now we've got a attractive rating of good, which is nice. Our cargo wise, maximum speed is 80. So the whole consist can be limited to 80, even though the train can go faster. And we can get this up to 320 meters. Oh, no electric path. Right, so let's sort that out. So we need to make sure we are all electrified all the way along here. I need to close the line manager down, actually. I can't see the colours. Okay. Let's get this all electrified all the way on this line. So this is why I should have left electrification on, because actually we're going to have to do it anyway, because we are going to go electric. Of course we are. So the A47 is on there. And that means we can go to the full 314 meters. Now, this should have a, yeah, 407 is the line rate on there. So I don't need any more trains on that line. And it should be able to do everything with just the one train, which is good. And then into the planks factory. Now we have two forests supplying, one down here and one over here, almost 400. This one, where are you at? Where else are you supplying? Potsdam. How are logs coming along here? Is this bringing logs back? We don't really want this on the crocodiles, to be honest. I don't think I want to mess around and split this up, so I'm going to manage this line. And again, when you get to Stettin Annex, which is, where are we? All the way up here. We shouldn't be getting any... I don't want to be taking logs back from here. So we can create this filter again, and don't load here any logs. In fact, don't load anything. We're just unloading on the crocodile trains. We're unloading planks. And that's what we want to do. Yeah, we don't want to be supplying from there. So that's shipping 200. Hopefully this is going up. Potsdam is going to need another supply though, somewhere else nearby, a forest in the area to get that up to the full 800 eventually. And there's one here, look, not too far away, probably worth a little road and a drop off as well. So we can come beyond this ore mine, which we're not currently using. In fact, we've got a little hump here in the railway. We could definitely go underneath here with a little tunnel. Bring ourselves a nice little road to here. And then connect over to this. Oh, that's gone a bit squiff. Connect there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make... I don't want to make this a turnout for this road. I'm going to bring this out to there. Let's just do this. Sort this road out properly. So we're going to take this one out. We're going to swing it that way and then swing it that way to the plank factory. We can connect this road as a little junction on there like so, and then this little road, if we ever use this ore, can go there and be connected that way. So that's got everything nice and connected up. In fact though, we are going to the drop off here, which is not there. So what we need to do is just come back here, I think, and actually connect. Oh, let's go from there into that road there. Nice and smooth. And then this road can come and connect to there. Not that that's really needed, but for completeness sake, we'll do that. So now we need to upgrade this because we're going to have two lots of that. So we can get rid of this little drop off there for a moment. Put in our stop there. and just upgrade this road. Oh, I've just put tram tracks down. That's not what I wanted at all. What I wanted was this. That's what I wanted. The tool option there. We can upgrade some of these roads. We've got the money for it. So that means we can go to this side over here. And we can pop ourselves another depot on here. We'll just have the 2 platforms here. We don't need all of them. And where's our nearest road depot? Have we got one there? There's a tram depot, road depot there, that'll do. And we're doing logs, so we can get 5 of these type. From Potsdam West into here. Berliner Straße, lovely. Potsdam West logs. And we've already got logs waiting on there. It wants to ship loads here because there's the demand for it. We can produce 400, so we need 800 logs. So there's already the demand for those logs. Now, let's upgrade the roads a little bit so it's more complete. As we come through here, that's looking much better. And we have a rate of 55, just 55 at the moment. So we're going to need loads more on there so we can duplicate all these vehicles again. Gets us up to 110, but we are going to need to go to a full 400 to do that. We could have done that with a railway. It's probably the limit of what I'd want to do with road vehicles. But it's looking good. We'll get ourselves 20 vehicles on there. And let's make sure they're all set up to use this right. So we've got... we can send this one to Terminal 3. And what else can we do? In fact, actually, what we could do here on this little stop here, we can put ourselves a street access at the back, I think, and bring out a road from here. And that is going to mean that we've got an option for this. So if we now manage Dresden West logs, they're going to come in on the want to drop off on the right. So we can say to them, use platforms 1 and 2, works fine. And then with Potsdam West logs, we can move that onto platform 3. Yeah, that's fine, but use 3 and 4. So they should never meet one another. But just so we're clear which vehicles are doing which, we can colour them in. These can be that nice peach colour. And the Potsdam West ones can be this kind of colour. Seems to match the line. So we can see the difference between the two lines coming in. Yeah, so they're coming in that way and then coming around that side. And then they're deciding to go back out that way rather than do a loop-the-loop, which is okay. I mean, they do have this crossover here, which is a little bit annoying. But there's no traffic light there, so I don't think it'll be too worrisome. Potsdam West logs now, 219. Dresden logs, 404. So yeah, just Potsdam West, we need to add many more vehicles. I'm going to go with something like 16 here and duplicate all of those. That gets us a 395, almost bang on. So we should soon start to get the full amount produced here. We're up to 194 and that will go up. And then once we do that, we have 2 places that demand it. We could almost separate out the plank shipments now, because this is producing 400 and the train is taking it only to there. Whereas these trains, this one is supplying the tools factory, which also demands 400. And this demands, well, will demand 400 when it eventually levels up. But it's on the way to doing that. So when it does do that, I'm going to think we're going to switch things around. And we'll split these two trains up. But yeah, we've now got 260, so we're producing a lot more, which means Berlin has now got a supply of 103 machines, or it will have eventually. It's trying to ship it. Oh, we're shrinking a little bit. And pollution is really affecting us. Machines, we've only got 49 at the moment. Our transport rate from here is only 80%. Now, that has got to be because this train is not keeping up. It is not keeping up with what we need. And we're getting pretty busy around here. And another problem we have with the Berlin cargo depot is we've got a really short platform here that's bringing those goods in. And then we seem to have quite a backup here. Oh, it's not too bad. Industrial town goods is building up there, but we need to get those goods to from Stettin because Berlin has only been supplied machines from that one place. Oh, it's getting some from Meppen as well. That seems to be working quite well. So that's okay, but in terms of Stettin, yeah, we've only got 100. We've got 100 coming from there, and Stettin Goods has got a rate of 88. So that is a bit of a problem for us. Now the train at the moment is the full length that it can be at the other end. So this is a bit of a problem because this is a busy old area. Look, Berlin's and Potsdam have already, Frankfurt I should say, have already grown out here. If I go further this way, I've got all of this infrastructure to deal with. And if I go this way, I've got all of this to deal with. So it is a bit of a conundrum what we do with this. I think we're going to have to go south. I think that's the least worst option. We've got this bridge here, and we've got the 6 lines coming in, but we could move those 6 lines out. We may lose this lovely little suburb here, which is... I didn't even know what town it's part of. Maybe it's a Frankfurt town. But these are going to be unhappy anyway, because they're right next to a railway line. Who'd want to live there? So I'm going to do them the mercy. One thing is, actually, we're probably... It is going to be a challenge doing this. I think I'm going to have to pause the game when we eventually get to it. So we've got goods going this way, and I think these go to Potsdam. So it's going to have to be these lines here. Stettin Goods is on this platform anyway. Extend this as far as we can, probably double the length of it to about here. And then we're going to have to move all this junction into there, potentially onto the bridge even. It's going to get pretty crazy, but that's what we need because we're going to have to supply some big trains into Berlin. We've got loads of goods coming in. 104 on here. We could probably do with more warehouses in this area, in fact. Just to deal with the amount of trains that come in. I mean, we could put more trains on that line and keep the train lengths the same, but it's getting really busy in this area. And to future-proof for Berlin, we're definitely going to need the longer platform. So let's pause the game here. And let's do some large-scale demolition here. So we're going to have to get rid of a lot of stuff. And I'm going to have warnings everywhere. So we've got the whole southern section area cleared out. Let's configure the platform first of all. So this curve, you see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to move it. So I might keep that first platform as is and only lengthen these two. And then we'll go with this one. Yeah, and we can't do it because this road, so I'm going to have to get rid of this whole suburb here. Only cost me 250 grand. And I didn't even know where this road is. Houses on the other side as well. They're really fighting for somewhere to be. I may have to get rid of that as well. And come back into here. So we've got the platforms on. We need some electrified tracks. We have this bypass line, but I don't think it's actually needed. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I should just get rid of it. So we've got that set up there. So we've got the platforms extended. Now we need to connect into this bridge, but the bridge is actually probably shooting for the wrong line. I probably want it to go for the middle one, and that would make my life a lot easier, I think. So I'm going to get rid of the whole bridge, and we're going to upgrade the bridge near Berlin. We're going to move everything away from the residential buildings over to the, what would that be? To my west. I'm right back to here. And I think at this point we can now go towards that middle line. So that's what we want to do this time. But we are going to go with the highest speed into their modern bridge and see how we do. So we can do the same with the other track. Bring it out to there. Now then, the interesting thing here is if I try and do all of this on a bridge, it may not work out that well. How does that look? It looks a bit scrappy, if I'm honest. It does look a bit scrappy. Just connecting this side to Potsdam over here. Because this is a, I don't know, maybe gonna have to do something like that with the Potsdam one, just into the one platform there, and then we need to connect this south side, these two tracks, into here. So what I'm thinking we do is I want to bring them adjacent rather than connecting them in, although that does look a bit scrappy there as well. If I bring it in quite short here like so, just before it starts making a bridge, and then I could run this all the way along, give ourselves loads of space and capacity here before eventually running these out into the main line. Like so. And now we just got to think about how this looks from a... Yeah, oh, join them before the bridge, exit the start of the bridge. So I'm thinking here, we've got enough space for that crossover. Just looking at the lines, actually. So this is the one that comes and delivers some, I think it's the tools that it delivers on there before it carries on north. So that works out pretty well, actually. I don't know if anything is, at the moment, coming south and actually using this southern junction. But for the sake of argument, we can now, well, I suppose we've got this wide bridge. If a train's coming out, let's have a look how these lines are going to run. So if a train's coming here in, once I go to the right platform, we could do that here. We don't have crisscrossy in Germany. Oh, build an overpass. So efficient in Germany. You wouldn't do anything silly like a double crossover. That would be too much maintenance, obviously. Well, I tell you what, we can get the game going because I've got no warnings. And we can see how this runs. What I'm thinking is, I mean, this line up here, train's still late. You know, in the UK, we have the impression, most people think that the German train network is absolutely perfect. And then they complain about our own trains and say, but in Germany, they're always on time. Nobody would believe you. Nobody here would believe you, but I believe you. I believe that trains are late. I've worked on the railway in the UK for a long time, and they were late here, so they will be late everywhere, I'm sure. But, okay, so how does that look? It looks looking a bit messy at the top end. I'm not going to lie. This is not German level engineering, I have to admit. I don't know what this is either. Look at these weird shadows. And I've got this stray line here, which I feel like I should complete, but I'm not really sure why. And I've got this random road here now that goes to nowhere. And I've completely disconnected the people over there from their lovely from their neighbours, which is not a very nice thing to have done, is it? Now, it's not going to let me build a bridge directly from here over that. It's too much slope, it says. So it's going to be challenging. I'm going to have to get rid of this bridge because it just looks silly. And that might mean I have to get rid of this. We just have the one house left stranded over here. That may disappear with the... in fact, I'm going to get rid of it. It's just not needed. Frankfurt is going to have to stay in this area. You've got space down here, Frankfurt. You've got loads of room. And there's a suburb developing all around here. But we now have the longer platform. I think that works. I've got no warnings. And the only train that uses this platform here, it goes straight north anyway. It doesn't need any silly crisscrossies. It's absolutely fine. We'll deal with that problem when we bring in extra lines, I think. But for the time being, that allows us to do this with the Stettin Goods. So Stettin Goods is coming in here. You can see the train 92 from Stettin Goods. Now, this train needs upgrading now. Hopefully, I've got everything electrified now. We'll go for the A47. And cargo-wise... It's got the 80km/h boxcar, which is good. But crucially, we can go up to 318 meters now. No electric path. I knew it was going. I knew I'd forgotten it. Dear. Right, let's sort out that. Oh, it's in the actual station. It's the worst. Look. See, this is proper German railway because Germans, you didn't mess around with electrification. You just went out and did it. Not like us, who spent years and are still electrifying major railways, which is kind of crazy in this day and age. And even we've known for years in the UK that people love electrified trains. It was a massive success when they originally did the Southern Railway, which is the first of ours, with a fourth rail, if you've ever heard of that, or a third rail, which is a shoe delivered power setup. It was a massive success. It gave us much. Passengers loved it. There was an increase in people using the train, but they didn't continue it anywhere else. And it was only until the 60s and 80s that we started doing overhead electrification. But we sort of stopped on one of our main lines, the Midland Main Line. and we're only just doing it now, but we're only half doing it, which is a travesty. But we have some bridges built by George Stephenson that are very, very small, and are taking up some a lot of capital to deal with. And there's a lot of people, heritage lovers, that don't want anyone touching those tunnels that Stephenson built. So it is, you know, a problem on many fronts. Right. Have we solved the issue with Stettin goods? Now, if I manage to vehicle again, I'm going to have to do it all over again. Right. This time, come on. We put the A47 there. We get some more box cars. Up to 318. Off we go. Now, something I do want to do with this train, something I absolutely want to do, is it needs to be like a Deutsche Bahn red, doesn't it? Now we've got electrified trains. I should probably get a mod for a proper Deutsche Bahn train, but let's have a DB red for the first time in the game. We've got an electrified train. Should be a DB red, right? All the cargo wagons have gone red as well, which, you know, I think fits. So Stettin goods now has a rate of 381. So it's that one train. We didn't need to add any more trains on, and we have a problem. Oh no, it's got no electric path, look. So we're missing something here. What are we missing? Is it in the station, look? Let's get rid of the line manager for a moment. Okay, that looks fine. Where have I missed it? Following the line all the way along here. Oh, I can't see it. Right, let's make Stettin goods that nice Deutsche Bahn red as well. Let's follow it around. So it's over here. That all looks, that's all blue. Then it's coming up here. Again, all blue, all electrified. It's coming this way, I think. Oh, is it? No, 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 it's going up here. This is all blue. And then it's getting to here. Now, this platform here is not quite long enough. So I might have to knock some off here. I think it's 280 meters I made this. Oh, is it at this end? So it's going to go in. The whole train should now fit into the platform. 216 meters, 216 capacity. Still got a rate of 332, which is probably, yeah, wow, is more than we're currently producing. We can produce up to 300, but we are going to need 400 eventually, and that may require a slightly longer platform even here as well. So that might be something we have to do. Oh. Can't think of a railway part that's without electricity, but the Hindenburgdom to Silt. Okay, I think we've solved the problem. We may need to extend this platform even longer than we had done just at the start of this stream. But for now, that's working, and we're shipping all the goods there, and therefore Berlin should start to get more. Now, we do need to keep an eye downstream on the trucks here. How are they coping? We've got quite a lot going on here. Nothing is empty, which is a good thing because it means none of my trucks are running empty. But also, nothing is full. Berlin industrial goods. It's got a rate of 238. That seems to be doing fine. So at the moment, it looks like we will be able to ship everything there. we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, the platforms are looking pretty empty, which is good. Everything seems to be fairly well balanced here. And Berlin should start to see more. Now we're back above 1,000, which is promising. There we've got our full shipment of bricks coming in. You can see that's 98. Machines is going up all the time. Bread is still fairly low. Bread's definitely one to improve on. Which line is bringing bread? Stettin bread. Again, it's all the way in this corner. This is really the supplying everything. Stettin bread's got a rate of 318. But now we can go, again, we can go with bigger trains, fewer trains, faster electric trains, and we can really bring Germany into the modern era with this. So again, at the moment, you can see we've got all this bread on this steam train, which takes a long time with everything we've got going on to get up to speed. So if I just check this for now, let's check the track for electrification. We follow the route to Berlin. Yep, we look good. Is this a section or is that a train? That's a train waiting there. You see, it's really busy. Really busy. So it looks electrified all the way into there, and Stettin bread comes into this platform on here. So I think we've got long platforms at either end, or do we? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 200 meters, but you know, easily we could extend this out. So we just pause this for a moment and make sure we've got the full length of platform here. And let's have a look then. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 3 more tracks on here. Electrified, of course. So that's 1, 2, 3 there. Platforms, then we can extend these the additional 3. Oh, we don't need that side. So there we go. We've got the full length with 8. We can, of course, go longer. But this is the full standard size when you build a brand new station. So now we can go there. It's a bit of a tight curve there. So I might need to move this road back a little bit. That keeps it at 120, which is good. So we do have, what's using this third platform? Is that the grain line? Or what's using it? Stettin bread. Okay, so we've got no crisscross here. I'm just wondering whether we need to do an overpass maybe. So trains coming in will go over here. We could go underneath over there, and then they could join on that way. That keeps everything nice. Where's my profit? We don't worry about profit. Got 168 million in the bank. I've just spent a load of money on building stuff. I'll worry if I get below 160. Well, 100 million, and then I'll start to worry. But for the time being, I think we'll be okay. So, in terms of I could go. What we could have here is I could have an underpass. Let's have a look. If I build, let's see if we can do this the German way. Let's do this the German way. So we'll go under or over. Can we go over? How are we going to do this? Can I lift the end up here? Okay. It would have to be up to about here. We've only got the space to there. I tell you what we might do is do it from this end. So our trains, the grain line is going to come from here and can come out to there. That's a full speed turnout there. Now, this needs to go up and over. So it needs to be going up. So we're going to have to press C here so it doesn't snap. He's trying to snap onto there, which is a bit annoying. Even when I press the button. Oh, there we go. Well, that feels like too high. That feels about right. So we're going up there. And then, oh, we've got to get down. See, we don't have a load of space. How far back can we go? Oh, it's tricky. It is tricky. So this, let's do this side as well. So when we're coming out, we would go out to here. Now we're coming out of the station, so I'm happy with a slower speed here. But then we also need to be able to come out here and go up and over. So I want to do that, but I want to have a bridge in the middle. Does not want to do it for me like that. I want this to be neat if we're going to do it. Oh, let's keep it away. If we just keep it away from the track at there. It's quite tricky to build with the way this works at the moment. Let's have a look. Don't appear to be getting much height from here. I hope this is worth it with this overpass. I really do. I just feel like I've not got enough space here. And the game absolutely doesn't want to do it. Which is a bit annoying. I maybe have to come off sooner. Rather than even before this junction. Let's just see if I can get across this. I'd have to get up and over both of these lines here and then come in somewhere along there. It's quite complicated, I'll be honest. So coming out there, what I might do this instead. So when we're coming in, we can use that turnout. I don't know if this is better. This feels worse. Oh, it does. It feels absolutely worse. And then red line. When it's coming in, it's going to go there. When it's coming out, we can bring it out here. Yeah, this, I'm not sure about this. I'm being totally honest. I might put the grain actually on a different terminal here. Because they're both on the same, which is just silly. We've got 3 platforms to use. And then the Stettin bread can go, or the Frankfurt grain is using all 3 platforms, which is fine. Stettin bread cannot get to the alternative platforms. Which one can't it get to? Ah, we haven't given it. Have we not given it the way to get back across? So I've only given it the way to get there, but I have not given it the way to get back. So we can just have a little ladder here. This is the way we would do it in the UK, I'm sure. No. I don't like this leg, actually. I really don't. This looks messy. And it looks messy and it's not very German at all. So I'll bring that back there, and I'm going to flip this ladder around so that one can go there, and then after these toes we can have that line to there, And then we just switch the direction of this one. Then we've got everything we need. Yeah, that works for me. No warnings, we get playing again. Right, so now we can look at make sure we don't go bankrupt. And what we've got here is we've got bread being produced, almost 400. Berlin and Potsdam are the demanders for that. So we need to make sure it's all coming out. Now, we've got a line rate on the Stettin bread line of 0. Oh, what was it before? I could do with that coming back. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to sell all these vehicles. And, oh, maybe I should have just duplicated them and replaced them. Because now what I'm going to do, I've got to get a vehicle from here onto Stettin bread. Right, so we're going to go with, I'm just going to pause it because I'm going to lose all my demand. We'll go with AE7, AE47 again. We're going with the box cars, the best box cars we can get so far. I want a full 320 meters. And you can go on our Stettin bread. And that gives, see, that on its own, that one train replaces 2 trains. It's got a rate of 385. And once it gets going, it's going to absolutely eat up all of that bread waiting there. Which is really going to help with the traffic and the density, with having fewer but larger trains, I think, is going to be the way forward. It's an absolute thing of beauty, electric trains. I can see why you guys love them so much. And look at this steam, look at the steam train coming along by, overtaking. Of course, this train's going to take a while to get up to speed because it's got many, many more wagons on the back. But we're coming into the Berlin goods drop off here. And then it's going to head up to collect some bread for the good people of Berlin. And hopefully then we will get that growth from bread that we need. So much... oh, you've actually got internals in the train, look. Very nice. I did not know that was there. That feels like an unnecessary addition. I mean, I suppose you have it in the wagons. You even have it in the boxcars. There's nothing in them yet. But I've lost where I am. I wanted to see what the driver can see. Where's the driver? There he is. There we go. There we go. A driver's view here. It's like an ordinary train sim, this game. Heading out on our lovely electrified train, ready to collect some bread. So that's good. And that is going to give us loads more. Loads more delivered from here. Like I say, we've got a line rate of 385. Now we are being supplied by Frankfurt Grain. So supplies to here. Frankfurt Grain is coming all the way along here. And we've got 2 double-headed steam trains doing this trip. We have got a slightly shorter platform, so we'd, in order to change that, we'd need to up that. But what have we got being shipped from here? We've got way too much, actually. So this one train, these lines of here have got a rate of 346. We've got 200 on here. So I think probably we could do with one train doing the journey faster. Maybe the way to go. So I'm going to sell one of these trains. That's going to give us a rate of 173. And then replace... Oh no, just duplicated it. Then what we're going to do is configure this again. And we'll put on here our electric loco. Which is going to do it faster. It's more expensive to do. And we could probably lengthen it a bit. I think we've got 6 down there. So 240 meters. We could probably add some more cargo wagons on here. what do we say, 240 meters. Move the loco to the right end. Modify that. Whoa, what's that going to be? Could not connect all stations. Oh, you know what? I've still got a steam train on there. I think I've still got a steam train on there, look. 220... That's 240 meters, wasn't it? Oh, that's perfect. So we can colour that all the right colour. But it can't connect all stations. Now, is this because we're not electrified all the way down? Where was the grain coming from? I've lost it. Where's the grain? Frankfurt grain. I've lost it completely. The line's gone. Oh, electrification is a problem, as we would expect. So, should have done this first. But we're just going to have to go around and electrify all of our lines, really, here. So I've got no warnings there. The train looks happy. Let's make sure our lines in the area, so we don't have this problem again, are also electrified. I need gondolas. Oh no, have I put boxcars on? Good spot. Oh dear. Why have I got all those boxcars? Dear, was that a problem before? Did I have all boxcars on before? So our lovely grain train is up and running. That's a much better line rate there with just the one train again, reducing the traffic on the line. Coming under this lovely bridge here. Look, we've got a steam train, we've got a crocodile in view. Things you love to see. Now they are having to wait behind this oil train, which is pootling along at 40 kilometers an hour. Not the speed we want at all. So this is where we really are going to have to upgrade our train lines to be more modern types, because they are starting to get behind each other. Stettin bread here. Do we have enough signals really in this area? We need to make sure we got some proper signaling. Absolutely. Let's do that, because we didn't do the signals here before as well. Signals on the way out of here. There aren't many, well, there are some signals. I'm going to have to remodel this whole area. I'm going to have to, because it is just ridiculous. I think we're going to have to do something where this comes in to the middle there, those join in, and then we're going to have like a curve that goes that way, this going over the top. Yeah, we're going to have to do something about all of this. Got lots of trains stopping to allow each other through, which of course is not good for line rates. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is why we live stream this. This is why we live stream, because the teamwork is unreal. You know, I make these mistakes all the time, wondering why nothing is happening right. And then it all comes true. It all comes true. So when you all give me your sage advice, so we should hopefully start to see some more bread make its way into Berlin, which is going to help with growth. We have got quite a bit of bread here waiting to go to Potsdam, which is positive. And we also have a decent amount of bread waiting to go to the northern drop off through here. Plenty of high-rise buildings now in Berlin. It really is growing. But we have stagnated a bit. And I think emissions is becoming more and more of a challenge for us, especially with the railway line that comes straight through. Oh no. No electric path for this train. I thought we fixed that. And we do need to lengthen this platform actually, which is a good point. I think it's not actually the electric path which is the issue here. I think it's actually the fact we need longer tracks. Well, actually, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I make this a full length one. Just like that. And then let's get you to stop and start. Head towards the end of the platform. Plenty of space on there now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 320 meters. If we really needed to, we could lengthen this train even more. But I don't think we need it. Oh, there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. This game is one of the nerdiest games out there, and I love it for that reason. Well, this city has been under development for, well, we're playing since 1850 and we're now at 1930, so we've been doing pretty good, but we could be doing better. And the minus 40% that we're getting from emissions is giving me some pause for thought. We're getting plenty from our deliveries. One thing we could do is maybe increase further our destinations. We've got 180% from there at the moment, but one thing we might do on this episode as a final one is what we need is really an electrified passenger line, because Dresden is just here to the southwest of Berlin and there's no passenger connection. It's outrageous, but a nice easy one here that can eventually go down to Prague and Pilsen would be really cool. So let's get Dresden connected. Now Dresden's residential areas over here, so really we want the line to come through this industrial section to avoid the emissions there. And this is actually going to be one of our first modern style platforms. Look, oh, this is not a great place to do it. You can see the gradient here is sloped down that way. So what we might do is we might I think what we might do is try and shoot the line through Dresden here, where we've got a bit of a gap, but actually put the station up here somewhere. So we'll pop the station. We'll have 2 platforms on here because we are going to go through. We'll angle it towards. We'll have buildings on both sides. I think we'll go about here. And then we are going to build our line hopefully down through here. If I can get the, oh dear, the slope here is actually worse than I was thinking. So we may have to Dresden, we may have to rethink that. We go a bit further out. I don't mind going too far out because Dresden is going to grow. We've got a bridge that we'll need there, but can we get across this through town here? Oh wow, that's the level crossing. There's a bridge pillar collision. Oh, I'm destroying so many buildings to get through there. Okay, we'll maybe we're gonna have to go around. Maybe the answer is to go around. So let's go up here then. We'll connect it in with a nice tram network. The terrain is much more friendly for a railway line here. Now in terms of passenger areas, we've got this line here, and we've also got these lines down here. It is a bit of a dense area, but we've got a bit of a platform here for the Hamburg to Berlin. I think that's the one we're aiming for, although that does mean coming across this goods line, which I don't really want to do. So we may have to... Oh, where are we going to connect in? Just remind us. So we're going over there. I think this little section of embankment here and around, or do we come out here? Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to use this little section of embankment, which we have, and just... Oh, I don't want to... I really don't want this road bit to be... Oh, it's quite a slope there, actually. Let's have a look. Can we do it? Can we do it? I want to bridge over this road here, but it is quite low there actually. So maybe that's not the play. Maybe we come from here. We come around and we start to head down. Off there, and then we go... I'm going to keep up to there. No, we'll go down. Oh, curve like that. 90-mile-an-hour curve. Limited only by the bridge. I think that's okay. We can then put in the second line as well. Make sure that works as well. And bring ourselves towards Dresden here. Let's make sure we're nice and level. Now we will need to go over or under this railway line here. Although it doesn't really want to do that for me. Let's see if we can do this neatly. We're going to go to about there. We've got a bridge and then a bridge. There we go, that's what we want. Got a collision there, which is... maybe we need to go a bit higher. There, that works. There we go. Up and over we go with this. And into the... Dresden, into the Dresden area here. Lovely. We're in our pretty standard crisscross. If I can get it to work. Oh my word. Does not want to do it. Where are the toes? Right by this pillar there. Ah, there we go. Right, we got it. That's in and we are ready. We've got our lines coming across here. They can go that way, join on there. We need some signals. Absolutely fine. May need to remove that one. And then we just need a train. So where are we going to get a train from for this line? We'll try and get it from this depot here. And this is going to be our first electric passenger line. I don't know whether this is going to be totally necessary. It may be a loss maker, this one. But this is going to go from Berlin to Dresden. Oh, I'm missing electric track. We'll sort that out in a second because we need to name the line. Dresden nach Berlin. And let's just check we've got everything electrified, which is always the problem. So this section out here at the south of Berlin and the station itself all needs to be made electrified to get rid of that warning. Now, where is the line going? Platform 4, which could be getting pretty busy. I think we could potentially use this platform here to avoid that, so we can move that to Terminal 3. No warnings there, and we have, hopefully we have, where is it? Let's find the train. Let's find the train and follow it for a little bit. Not that one. Dresden. Ah. The vehicle has not made it. Let's stick that on our V. Oh, you can't find the path. Let's have a look. We've got to be able to get there as well, haven't we? Which it can't do on this section as well. There we go. Off it goes. We've made the required upgrades to the track. If only real life electrification was as easy as this. So our train is now on the road. It's our first passenger electrified train of the game. Oh, Dresden, we could have done that. That maybe was a better idea than where we've done it. Here and then bus over the side. I mean, nobody's going to go to this at the moment. It's not even connected on this side. So last thing we will do for this stream is we'll connect in this Dresden with its customary tram route. So it needs a bus stop as well here. Let's go with a passenger one. We'll have some electric stuff. We'll pop that right here by the station. And then let's put some stops down as well. So we're going to come out here. We're going to do a stop here. Into the central town. Out to this residential area. And then we'll do a stop just as we get to this area and then into the main one there. We do need to electrify the route. And put tram lines down. Like so. And then we just need a tram depot. Make sure that's connected as well. Probably unnecessary to do all that as well, but there we go. And then buy ourselves a... Oh, we've got a Type T1. Yeah, let's have one of them. Again, probably unnecessary, but Dresden, you've got to have the very best. We've left you for so long. We're going to give it the absolute very best. Double route there. Going in both directions. And this is our Dresden tram loop. So we've got people on the tram loop already. We've got our brand new trams on the road. They can hit a whopping 60 kilometers an hour for a tram. Absolutely lovely. And they are going to bring up the number of passenger connections in Berlin. Hopefully we'll see this number increase as well, which is going to give us hopefully another boost to the population of there. And we can carry on this line down the south, and we can bring in Prague here and Pilsen as well, and maybe even Passau, and reconnect with our line down here that's all the way near Wien. So we've done a lot of good stuff, a lot of tweaking, a lot of balancing on this episode. Berlin's now healthily above the 1,000 mark. We're now at 1,100. So we've got back to growth. We've got loads of stuff coming in, and we've made some much needed infrastructure improvements, which we're going to have to continue to do in the next episodes of this playthrough that we're doing, because what has worked in the past does not work when you've got trains that are this long. So we are upgrading our platforms and our layouts and doing all kinds of things, and electrification, which is a big thing. So I will see you all hopefully next week for another episode of this Germany Transport Fever 2 playthrough. If you're not already subscribed and you are watching this, give us a like and a subscribe. It makes me feel great, and I would love to see you in the next one next week. All the best, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weeks or next week or whatever it is. Bye bye, everyone. See you soon.